Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Wisdom for the Weekend. So this past Sunday, I spent a beautiful afternoon at an event called God is on the Go, which was fantastic. And I had the pleasure of meeting so many soulful women on a mission. And one woman in particular, I was talking about my podcast to her. And I said, you know what, this podcast has really been about me sort of coming out of my shell in so many different ways. My rituals, my sacred practices, my sensuality. These are things that I have, primarily kept quiet. Even close friends of mine probably had not known the extent of my spirituality and how deep it really goes. And actually, I think my sensuality is also very sacred. So I count that in as well as sacred work that I do on a daily basis. So she asked me this question. She said, well, how does it feel to be so authentically expressed? And I wanted to just jam on that today a little bit because I love this phrase, being authentically expressed. Like the expressing to the outside world who you really are at the core. And in the past, I've been so afraid of showing that side, of showing who I really am, what will people think? And now it's like, I don't care what people think. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And I know that the people who do, who resonate with me, will come and will show up. So, and actually I have seen this has been happening since the birth of my podcast in early November. And I just wanted to ask you a question today. And do you feel that you are authentically expressing yourself to the world, to your lover, to your wife or husband, to your friends, to your family? That's a tough one. That's a really hard one. I think family is really a hard one. I have been certainly judged about my sacred practices in my family, which I have, decided to really not share that much with them because I really don't need naysayers in my life telling me this, that, or the other. Growing up in a very strict Catholic household, my mom doesn't necessarily believe in like moon rituals and things like that and oracle cards, So, and that's cool. She can, she has her very deep-seated belief and that is completely fine. And I have mine. And I love the way I practice. And there is no term for it necessarily. There's no like, how I practice is called this way. It's just the way that I practice my own spiritual journey. And so let's just talk about this. Do you feel that you are being who you really are? Or are there some friends that you can be who you really are and then others that you can't? Are you worried that they may judge you, or you may feel ashamed of some things maybe, or feel that they would shame you on some level or another? So, it's taken me a long time to come to this realization that I don't really care what other people think. I'm who I am, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to date me, be my friend, be my lover, whatever. So, and I think in the past, I was so like, oh wait, what if I can't really say oracle cards because they'll probably think I'm really, some kind of like, I don't know, witch or something like that. Which I'm not. I don't feel like I am. That's not, that term doesn't resonate with me at all. So, I find it really difficult sometimes in the past, to be authentically me. And I think that this podcast has definitely been such a beautiful outlet for me to express the things that I really love and my ways of being, whether that's in medicine or whether that's what I'm doing during a particular moon cycle, astrologically, what's happening and how I'm connected to that. And now I get to really talk about it. And it's amazing because what I've been seeing is that there are more people coming to me than ever before, and that my circle is actually growing. I didn't have that big of a circle of like-minded people. And that's one thing that I was craving, my tribe of women who are totally get what I do and also practice. And I feel like that is starting to grow in such a beautiful, organic way. And so I just encourage you this week to just really tap in and really ask yourself, well, if I were to be authentically me and express it, what does that look like? And how can you do it? How can you express it? Maybe share something with a couple of girlfriends or say, hey, I've got this thing that I really love doing, and I know you guys probably have never told you before. Something that you can do to express it to others without feeling judged. And, picking the right people that are also open to completely accepting who you are. And so I would start there. And I think having this podcast was very bold for me to be speaking on so many things, even the sexual stuff and my sexuality and sensuality. I think it's almost taboo for a medical practitioner to speak about such things, such personal things. And I do, because I'm a woman, I'm a medical practitioner, and yeah, I'm a sensual woman. So it's like you can't separate me in a box and say, well, you're a professional and you need to be buttoned up and you need to be a certain way. Well, I'm not. This is who I am. And I embrace all of that, and it is who I am. And I've been like this for a really long time. So, and this isn't anything new. It's just that I'm speaking about it right now. And I'm talking about it to people who are also totally into it, which I'm so loving. So find your tribe, or start talking about who you really are and express it. And you'll see that your tribe will also grow, because whatever you vibrate, you'll attract to you. I totally believe in that. Okay, well, that is it for this week. I'd love to hear some comments. I also have a private Facebook group. We can come on there and you can tell me if you have had any revelations at all, when or if you've ever been trying to express yourself authentically. And if you have been your whole life, I totally bow down to that. And that's very courageous. Though it could be really easy for some people, it was hard for me. So you'll find that Facebook group at margaretromero.com/Facebook. And I will see you next week. Love to all.